One of our projects is called Balance. It's 56 units in there. Majority of them were 300 square feet units. And it was designed for people who are in the $16 to $25, $30 per an hour wage, and they didn't have a lot of down payments. And I got a lot of flack from the various people, including the banks and CMHC as well, whereby 300 square feet is too small. But I felt it was really important for me as a developer to try and provide some housing for people who are making between 16 to 25, 30 bucks an hour and didn't have much of a down payment. So we actually back engineered the formula and say, okay, what can they really afford? And it worked out around about $129,000. I mean, remember, this is going back about nine years ago. But even then, it seemed like a ridiculously low price. And so we made this building happen. And again, the buyers were all about price structure itself, how they can afford to buy something. In fact, our very first buyer, who was lined up for about 6 hours before the doors opened up, a student who was going to Douglas College in New West, and he lined up, and he got a unit at $109,000. And I was on the sale floor that day, and I actually wanted to meet the young man, and I met him. I said, how come, you're so enthusiastic about buying in here? He said, I worked out the formula whereby I'm going to be paying less than I'm paying right now as rent. So with $5,000 that I was able to sell my old car and get the money together and then basically put my down payment in it. And remember, this student is a full-time student and works as well. So he's really looks after himself totally. And that really made me feel so good that a young person like that can buy into it. Again, a beautiful story about people who move into a neighborhood, like the neighborhood, and they enjoy it, and they were able to get into the right price. The average unit sold for about $129,000 in the entire building. It was a wonderful feeling. How does that? I think a lot about the names of a building as to what the name should be, because it's got to mean something to me. It's got to mean something to the purchaser who's going to be living in the new home owner is going to be living in there, and how they feel about it as well. So I talked to my daughter about it, and she lives in California. And she basically, I told her about the concept. Concept is basically getting people into their first home, and she went on. I said, whoa, what's going on here? She said, Dad, that's the right place, the right thing to do. But you got to think a little bit deeper than just offer an affordable home. And I said, honey, explain that to me, what that is. She said, Dad, you as older people or people who have used to living single family homes, what do? You come home, first thing you do is look at your front yard, backyard. There's always something to be done in the front yard, backyard, and you spend a lot of your time maintaining it. We as our young people, we want to enjoy our life. Both of us are working, and we don't want to turn around and spend that much time in it. We want a nice pad to live in. And she came up with the name of Balance, because a balance of life, you have time to play, work, and rest in that concept of it. It really grew on me that actually, when we were marketing it, that's how we marketed it as well. And that's how our buyers actually looked at it as well. Damn it, it's a small little one, I can afford it, I'm not overburdened by a mortgage. I can lock it up, I can go out for a bike ride, I can go for a mini holiday, whatever I want to do, it's good. So the 300 square feet, when it was first conceived, I didn't get a lot of support from pretty much anybody except me alone, because I thought it was a winning idea. We are not the very first people to build 300 square feet or smaller homes. There's lots of homes like that in Vancouver. But what happens, they're all rentals. Nobody ever actually built them. In North America, in fact, nobody actually built strata title homes in there where I could own a little mini suite of my own at an affordable price. So that's why it never really caught on with the banking until we had to sell them that job and say, this is the concept. People, if people are already living in it, I mean, there are suites in Vancouver which are 250 square feet, and they have a waiting line of people trying to rent into those suites. So why can't people have these? So our suites actually have a good-sized kitchen, a linear kitchen, has a full-size bathroom in it, got a washer dryer, it's got living area and sleeping area, and a small deck on the outside as well. What more do you need as a single person or a young couple? What more do you need? Do you need a 900 square feet unit? Yes, always nice to have more space, but is it really necessary? Are you looking at your pocketbook and you're looking at lifestyle as well? So the Microsuite is, in my opinion, is an absolutely amazing concept for people who want to get into their own first home. People who want to do travel a lot. They want to come home, they stay in there for 2-3 months, and then they offer another 2-3 weeks. It has so many advantages on it that you don't have a large mortgage, or you could pay it off. And unfortunately, with what's happening out there with the various cities, is more and more fees are tacked on it. So we can't produce anything at $129,000, but we are actually looking at another Microsuite building where we will be on the smaller size. Won't be 300 square feet, might be 350, 375 in that range. But it's important to understand the Microsuite concept, where it does offer everyone that living space that people are looking for. And as having comments from my past buyers who are actually still living in the buildings, they're really enjoying the building. They're really enjoying the micro living style. So they're not burdened with whole whack of furniture. They don't have a lot of things that they storing it, never really use it. As larger space you get, the more things you put into it. Small space, well, you know what, you're going to put the minimum into it, but it does offer you the freedom of what you want to do as a person. Go out whenever you want, not be owned by a large mortgage, which really is a stressful thing for anybody. So Microsuite is, to me, it's one of the things that we concentrate on, and I think it offers a first-time buyer a home, a stepping stone to the next one.